Welcome to Enema to Enlightenment, the tour. Or for my French friends, le tour de l'Enlightenment pour l'illumination. Illumination. How'd I do? Yeah, the Australian accent with the French, yeah, could be improved. So, of course, out camping and felt like doing a coffee enema as part of my parasite protocol and pathway to enlightenment. You know, cleanliness, purity, it's the way. And just happen to have a freshly brewed coffee in my bag. Oh, hang on. There's a nice little spot. I can stop for a spell, put some coffee in my bum, as you do. So I better get on with it while I talk. And so, as you can see, got that Enema kit just there in a tree. Easy. Right, nice clean river, some lovely ferns and things. So I'm going to face this way and see how we go. And of course, make it a little bit more relaxing. Got my vanilla chai cacao with some coconut nectar. Superb. Beautiful. Alright, so let's see how we go. And just for effect. Ooh. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's the way. And of course, I did use the lavender spray for cleanliness and for clean up a little bit of diluted hydrogen peroxide. We'll just check on the flow. Looking good. And, oh, by the way, hi family. How am I doing? Yeah, you didn't realize I was getting to this level of weird, did you? I get used to it. It's another one of those times where you look back and you go, I first started doing some yoga just because I wanted to stretch and feel good. And now look at me. The spiritual path is fascinating, seems to be. And I've been doing some research, of course, on Enema research, as you do. And it turns out that the Essene Gospel of Peace, which is the spiritual group that Jesus belonged to and was encouraged by and supported during his youth. And they found the Essene Gospel of Peace, which is a beautiful book, and it was found in the 20s with the Dead Sea Scrolls. So it's only been translated once, and it's a beautiful poetic translation, and it doesn't have the layers and the cultural stuff and the translations and all the different messing around by the Vatican and that the Bible does. So in essence, I see it as more pure. And it's like really listening to Jesus. Like, if anyone's got a podcast of Jesus in MP3 format, send it over. That'd be great. And so there's a phrase there that I liked, and it was, no man may come before God whom the angel of water lets not pass. Now, is that saying, obviously the angel of water means an enema, as will be shown. And so if someone's not willing to do something as simple as a coffee enema, are they really serious about their spiritual path and their natural health? Not me, it's come from Jesus. I'll put the link. And he goes on to say, so I tell you truly, suffer the angel of water to baptize you also within, that you may become free from all of your past sins, and that within, likewise, you may become as pure as the river's foam sporting in the sunlight. So the way I interpreted that was, let's try to be as pure inside as well as in our internal world, including our thoughts and our intentions, and then it will manifest in our lives. Much like the as above, so below spiritual philosophy that's essentially repeated in different words in different belief systems. And a quote from Rumi. Again, I love quote from Rumi while doing a coffee in the bush. It was fascinating. It's a quote that says, most of us are looking in the branches when the answers are in the roots. And I interpreted that as a lot of people are doing spiritual work that is high and is beautiful, but if you haven't got the foundation, your base chakra and the bottom three chakras, it's not going anywhere. The energy is coming down to the heart, getting to the solar plexus, and then going back to up or out. It's not getting down. We need it. I'm a big fan of practical spirituality, getting it done. So I am telling myself that as well. And Jesus goes on to say, and when they baptized themselves, the angel of water entered their bodies, and from them flowed out all the abominations and uncleannesses of their past sins. And like a falling mountain stream, gushed from their bodies a multitude of hard and soft abominations. So it's a lovely poetic story and quote. And what does it really mean in practical terms that I can understand and use and share? It's a question I always like to ask. So essentially, doing an enema, which is a spiritual practice and has been used throughout history for in many countries and many cultures, simply by putting some water, or ideally coffee because it has better effects for cleaning the liver, one can improve themselves in their path and have clarity and so many other benefits that are obvious to everybody who I've shared it with. And the abominations that come out can be parasites, flukes, ticks, parasite larvae, mucus plaque, all these things that are unnecessary. We don't need them. They can be seriously, easily flushed out. And because our mind has attached a lot of emotions to these toxins, then the energy comes through, or your body keeps pointing it out to you that, hey, we've got to address this. That same mental pattern, that same emotion that keeps going through and repeated. It seems so much easier just to get rid of it. Done. Job done. Move on to the next. And the next one means ascension. Learn the lessons. A friend introduced me to a phrase by the Kahunas, the spiritual group in Hawaii, the big Kahunas. And she mentioned that if you don't pay attention, you pay with pain. And I interpreted that as, the messages that we're getting from outside of us, pay attention to those, and to what direction we're supposed to go in next from our spirit or our soul or other people telling us the messages. Then if we learn, you get a subtle lesson. If we pick up on it, our perception, when it's wider, we'll get the lesson quickly and easily, and we can action it. But of course, to action we need a solar plexus, and to get it done, we need a base chakra. So ideally, this is another way that you can manage your energy and your body to increase the flow through those chakras and get all those lovely heart-driven intentions and things you want to do in the world done. It's that easy. And if we don't pay attention to those lessons, then they get bigger and bigger and bigger. So, and more dramatic and more emotionally charged. We don't need that. You know, why not just have an easy, calm life when we can inspire others and help ourselves, and our health is just easily done. It's just divinely radiant health is a lot easier than everybody thinks. Let me know. I've got lots of techniques, and like we see it in our friends and our co-workers. They keep making the same mistake over and over, going round and round in circles. They're not growing. They're not improving themselves as much as they would like, and we would like as well. And then those lessons get harsher and harsher, and sometimes people end up with dis-ease, or they have a car accident, or something, a tragedy that makes them shift and like get out of their heads. Guess what? Our spiritual brain and our second brain is linked to our gut. If we can clear out the crap from there, we learn the lessons easier. The messages come through, and we get it. So I encourage you to consider, and I'll put some research on. You can have a look. There's lots of benefits, so many benefits, and as you can see, you can have a relaxing time and do these things in joy. And then, of course, in a moment, I'll just unleash the enema and clean up, give back to Mother Nature using the river, the little stream. It's beautiful. So I tend to just put it back into the kit, so it's staying there. Retain some dignity in a way, if there's any left. Okay. Thanks very much, and more peace and love and beautiful coffee enemas for everybody.